Welcome to my podcast, Scientist Free from Religion. This podcast has as proposal, as main idea to talk about the scientific topic, but also talk about religion. Different from the common assumption in which science and religion should be separated, here on this podcast we recognize formally that science and religion are not disconnected. Sadly, religion can be a very big threat to science. So on this podcast, the proposal is to talk about it freely, so without fear, without the illusion that they are separate topics. So we are going to cover a possible topic. Most of them will be focused on the connection between religion and science, especially to defend science. That's our goal. Our goal here is to defend science from religion and to help to make science, to spread scientific thinking, especially to defend it against religion.
John Lennox, Atheism and the Russia Card, a flawed argument in apologetics. Christian apologist John Lennox is often praised for his calm demeanor and polished delivery. But polish shouldn't be mistaken for intellectual rigor. Beneath the surface of his polite discourse lies a pattern of apologetic shortcuts, false analogies, and convenient omissions, particularly when he discusses atheism and Russia. In multiple public debates, Lennox invokes his experiences in Russia to paint atheism as a dangerous, even dehumanizing worldview. He describes having debated hardcore atheists in post-Soviet contexts and claims that after rejecting God, Russians couldn't retain value for human beings. This anecdotal line of reasoning is supposed to stand in for sociological or philosophical analysis. It doesn't. Let's be clear. Lennox is not simply offering a historical observation. He's pushing a causal narrative. Get rid of God, and you lose human value. And what's his prime example? Russia. The problem with the Russia argument: first, there's a historical sleight of hand. While the Soviet regime promoted state atheism, its crimes were not born out of a philosophical commitment to secular humanism. Lenin and Stalin did not read Bertrand Russell and conclude that mass murder was the rational next step. Their regime was built on totalitarianism, cults of personality, and political orthodoxy, a replacement religion, not its absence. Moreover, Lennox avoids the reciprocal argument entirely. If atrocities under atheist regimes prove atheism is dangerous, then what should we conclude from centuries of Christian colonialism, crusades, inquisitions, and support for slavery? Unsurprisingly, when Christian violence is brought up, Lennox retreats to the no true Scotsman fallacy. Those were not true Christians. This asymmetry is intellectually dishonest. Atheism is judged by its worst political distortions. Christianity is judged only by its best ideals. Russia today, not exactly secular. Even more troubling is the way Lennox references Russia without engaging with its current reality. Contemporary Russia is not a bastion of atheism. On the contrary, the Russian Orthodox Church is tightly integrated with the state. Vladimir Putin invokes Christianity and traditional family values to justify authoritarianism, militarism, and the suppression of LGBTQ+ rights. In other words, modern Russia is a live demonstration of religion weaponized by political power. Precisely the danger atheists warn about. Yet Lennox seems oblivious to this, clinging to a caricature of atheist Russia that no serious scholar outside of apologetics endorses. The dangerous equivocation. When Lennox says things like, without Christian evangelism, Africa would be left with Nike, the witch doctor, the mobile phone, and the machete, he's not just engaging in theological debate. He's reinforcing colonialist and paternalistic narratives under the guise of religious concern. His calm tone and Oxford accent may persuade audiences that he is the voice of reason, especially when compared to the blunt, empirically driven critiques of Richard Dawkins or Christopher Hitchens. But tone should not distract from content. Lennox defends Christianity not by addressing its historic failures, but by framing them as misunderstandings or aberrations, never as systemic or doctrinal flaws. He implies atheism is inherently corrosive and Christianity inherently redemptive, despite overwhelming historical evidence to the contrary. Final thoughts. Lennox is not offering serious engagement with atheism. He's offering a moral panic wrapped in theological respectability. By equating atheism with Stalin and elevating Christianity as the only source of human value, he's not building a bridge, he's burning one. A faith that requires the demonization of doubt is not faith. It's fear disguised as certainty.
Hey there, you arrived to the end of this episode. You can always check out my YouTube channel and also keep watching because there are 7 episodes. So you just if you enjoyed this one, hopefully you are going to enjoy the next one. I always like to remember that you can support my work by buying my books. Even though I still don't have a book about religion, which is the main topic of the podcast, I do have a book about artificial intelligence, and also I have a blog called Scientists Free from Religion on Medium, and there are several blog posts there, and you can enjoy it, you can read it, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can share it with your friends. So hopefully I can hear from you and hope you had an amazing time. So hope to see you in the next episode.